Hey y'all, hey, it's Sharita once again with Blank Space Designs, where we get into the nonsense and shenanigans of running a small stationery and gift shop boutique while also attempting to juggle the struggles of being a corporate 9 to 5 girly as well. Thanks for checking in with me once again. So we're going to jump right into it. Already 30 seconds into attempting to start this particular small business work day, I am annoyed. For those of you who watch any of my videos, you're probably not going to be surprised by any of this. I am often annoyed, but this is a special level of annoyed only because I made a small investment into my content creation life and I bought myself a desktop. Now, when I say desktop, I just mean that I bought myself like the desktop tower. I already had the monitors and all of that. But the nice HP, pretty little pink laptop that I have been using for the last couple of years no longer works for what I'm attempting to do. When I was just attempting to run my small business without the content creation, the storage and the RAM capability of my laptop was sufficient. But now that I'm attempting to do any type of content creation with the CapCut and the videos and just all of the other storage and RAM and techie little specs that are needed, I needed something else to in order to do this as efficiently as possible. So I made a small investment and got myself a tower with all of the most beautiful storage you could imagine in order to efficiently run CapCut so I can continue doing these videos. Well, I opened it this morning and it doesn't work. And I know it's such a stupid problem because I absolutely can just return it. I can return it, get another one, do some sort of troubleshooting with the company. There's just all kinds of things that I can do. But of course, I woke up this morning with a very clear idea of how my day was going to go. So the first thing on my list, which was setting up this new computer, didn't happen. So of course, I am trying to fight myself. I'm trying to fight against my natural inclination to just give up on the whole day since my first to-do list item already failed. But we are going to muscle through anyway and just ignore the nonsense that's going over here with this tower that does not want to work for me at all. I am going to give it a couple of days and have some of the techie folks in my home take a look at it and see if it's something, just to see if it's user error and I don't know what I'm doing. But if not, it will be going back to its original owner and manufacturer and we will look into something else. But that is how my day has started. But we're going to fix it. We're going to fix our face. We're going to fix our attitude. And we are not going to go and get some nuggets and fries and crawl back into the bed like I want to do. Why not, you ask? Because we have things to do. So the mini summer launch is happening in just a couple of days, and I want to make sure that I am ready for it. Part of that launch, of course, is making sure I'm said in the last video that it all prints and the production is going the way that I want it to. And I need to make sure that I get some good photos. A couple of months ago, I ordered a nice little light box. So part of our to-do list for this particular week is opening that up and getting some good photos of some of our new products. And I also want to, specifically for these, because I know that they're going to do well, the car coasters, I want to put them in the retail space that I'm in because a holiday weekend is coming up, 4th of July, and holiday weekends are also big sales weekends for that particular retail space. So I want to make sure that I get plenty of these and re-up some other inventory for the retail space. So for today, that is what we are going to focus on, making as many car coasters as I can and re-upping some of the other inventory for the retail space. And we will see where else this day takes us. So as always, thanks for following along in this couple of days, week or so of running this little small business. But let's get into it. And this is exactly why I bought a new computer, well, a refurbished computer, but new to me, because my laptop is just not capable of handling all these programs anymore. So because of everything that's on this laptop, which I love, but the storage isn't great because of everything that I now have on this laptop. It won't even open my Photoshop files. Anyway, let me delete a bunch of programs off this laptop so that we can go ahead. Okay, let's take a look at these things, shall we? I'm barely in the front. Y'all just make sure y'all ignore that. But let's take a look at these, shall we? Um, I ran out of any of my good heat tape. So, let's start over. Okay. So I ran out of any of my good heat tape, so I'm stuck with this heat tape that I hate. It's only 1/2 inch. It doesn't stick very well, which is why I did such a crazy job of taping this down. And I still think that some of it shifted, even with all the tape that I use. But with all that complaining out of the way, let's go ahead and see how these took, shall we? Let's move. Cup suffering. All right, a little bit better. So, not too shabby, actually. We got this one. So, here we are with the two. Cute. Count, 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 count. Well, this is a new one. And here we go. Not too bad. So, do y'all think it's worth all the nonsense struggling I did in that last video? I guess we shall see. I like them, but we'll definitely say if they're some sort of crowd favorite. I don't have a lot of good, I don't have a good track record with that. A lot of the things that I tend to think will do well or that I personally enjoy don't really do well. I.e., for example, such as Cozy Boo. I love Cozy Boo to death. It seemed like a lot of y'all did as well, but that love for him didn't translate to a lot of sales. Anywho, and this one. I like it. It's good. Good, 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 good. So, we know it works. Everything is printing great. So this is one set of each so far. So this is great. That means I can move forward with getting some photography done for the site and also at least having one of each in the retail space. However, I do think I want two of each in the retail space, at least. Because that will give me, that's six. Yeah, so that'll give me 12 to put into the retail space. Just as a little starter pack to see how they move. So let's do that. We're going to make another set of these and then move on to some photography of this. And I think that will be a pretty productive day for me. Let's go. So we now have all of our car coasters sublimated. All nice and cute. And I have also done a little sample backing card that I think is going to work fine. That it completely matches my current branding. Very, very, very cute. For this first go around in the retail space, I am going to offer them as matching sets. Um, I take that back. I take that back. The vast majority of them are going to be offered as matching sets like this. And then I'm going to do a few more maybe tomorrow that are contrasting. I just need to figure out which ones I think maybe fit the best together. And I'll offer a few of those just to see how they move. But that is going to be on the to-do list for tomorrow. Anywho, now that we have all of the sublimated car coasters, the first little batch done, we are going to bust open this photo. What is this? Photo studio shooting tent. I'm sure that I have said in previous videos that I have difficulty with product photography. That is not my ministry. I'm not good at it, and I do not feel like I feel as though my website and my Etsy absolutely support the fact that I'm not good at it. So one of the ways that I am attempting to get a little bit better is to ensure that I am using some decent equipment, which is why, good phones on my camera, lighting, that sort of thing. And one thing that a lot of videos were saying is to try to use this. I don't know why words aren't coming to me for product photography. That attempting to control the lighting myself in my natural studio environment is probably a little bit difficult for someone who doesn't have that type of photography skill. So this is a good way to control lighting and shadows and all of that. So we're going to give this a try. We're going to set it up right here, and we are going to attempt to do some product photography for the new car coasters. Let's see how this goes. I'm hoping that it works pretty well, because if it does, then my intention is to take the time to update all of my product photography, as I have said for the last couple of months, to update all of my product photography using this so that everything is clear and consistent and yada, yada, yada. So let's go. Ooh. It's packaged really, really nicely. Um, I guess it does say portable, so it comes with a cute little bag and all that. Cute. That's cute. Let's put that over there. It does come with a couple of colored backgrounds, which this one actually matches my branding very, very well. So nice. And then, some of the primary colors. Okay. There's that. And some reflectors. With this one, it does have the actual light built in. It's an LED light built in. So we are going to attempt to utilize that, at least for the first go round, to see how well it actually works. Okay. And it has a little peekaboo little thing to see in. Oh, because you can take that down. Mm, cool. It just pops open. Oh, that's actually a lot. There we go. Ooh, that it's probably not picking up on camera very well, but that is really bright inside. Wow, that's really, really, really bright. Let's see if I can get a better view. But all you're gonna just see is crazy light. Let's see. Can you tell that a little bit better? That is actually really, really bright inside. Okay, this is really nice. So the light's completely off here because, I wanted to show you how I was setting this up. As of right now, I just have car coasters and little cup or whatever. What I really like about this is, I think I was mentioning, it does have a little peekaboo thing at the top so that I can shoot downwards. I do believe I could even close this up. I think that's how that works. Like this kind of thing? Maybe not. Maybe that's not how that works. But I can shoot down. Um, this is a little bit high for this. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Because I want to shoot down. Give me a moment. We're going to change to a table that's a little bit lower. All right, so I have moved the setup over to my desk because it's just much lower and I can get to the camera whole thing here at the top a lot better. I'm sure that's called something else, but I'm too lazy to find the instruction manual to let you know what that is. So we're going to do that. I feel like I'm missing something. All right. So I kept it very simple where it's just the coasters and a cup in here currently. And I am going to just take a couple of test shots and see how this goes. It does have an LED light, like I said, and it is controllable. Oh, my hair is just out of control today. You can control it, so it doesn't have to be as bright as you can see. So we're gonna crank this sucker up and see how that looks for the first couple of shots. And I'm just using my regular Samsung phone because the camera's great on these phones.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I like to be away in my patience. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it.
All right, let's talk about this portable photo studio. It's fine. For the purposes of getting some clear shadow free photography for small items, it is fine. I will say that the little hole in the top, in order to get a top down view, does not work in the way that would probably be effective for anybody. Mainly because in order to use this top down view, you cannot use the diffuser piece of fabric here to keep the LED ring light, to diffuse that LED ring light at the top. So if you take this diffuser thing away, then all of your products are going to have that ring light. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's going to have that ring light imprint on all of your product photography, especially for all of my products, stickers, coasters, that sort of thing that all have like a gloss finish. That LED imprint is very obvious in any of the photography without that diffuser. So if you're looking for anything top down, it's not going to happen. Now, shooting directly into the box, oh yeah, it's great. I'll put some photos of some of the photos that I took of the car coasters that, of course, are not perfect or probably would be deemed professional in any way, but it's some of the better photography that I have taken for any of my products because of the way I'm able to control shadows and light with this particular product. So for the, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks that I spent on this, I guess it's worth it. I know this is probably something I could have just made on my own, but just being able to pop this open and throw a few things in to take some product photography that isn't the worst in the world, I'd say it's worth it. I'll put a link in the bio if anybody's interested. So now that we have that out of the way, I'm not quite done with the product photography because I do want to now take these to my car to actually get some in real life use photography in my, oh my God, so that I can get some in real life photography in my actual cup holders in my vehicle. So we're going to do that really quickly. And then I'm not sure what we're going to get into because I have been flying through my to-do list today. Oh, I know what we're going to do. We're probably just going to, once we get all the photography done for these car coasters, we're going to package them up and price them so that these particular ones can go into the retail space whenever I go by there. And that pretty much handles today's to-do list. So depending on how I feel in the next little bit, maybe we'll move on to some other things. Maybe we won't. We shall see. But let's go to the car and get a little bit of that photography done. Good morning, good morning. So we are on another day. We have the car coasters all done. They are all packaged up and priced and ready to go. So today we move on to the new apparel and restocking on some of the older apparel as well. We have just picked up our transfers. So we are going to get right into it because, as always, I am on I have placed myself on a pretty tight schedule and I want to meet it. I have been not meeting schedules for months now, and for some reason, um, my current obsessive focus for this week is meeting this very arbitrary schedule that I have set up for myself. We can do it, right? I'm going to do it. So let's get to cutting up some of these things and let's get to talking about some of the new things that I'm going to be offering. So just to get you a quick little peek of some of the new apparel that I'm offering, there are 4 different shirts that I am going to start offering. I'm definitely going to cry first full of caffeine and delusion. With all due disrespect, no, and literally doing my best. Not only are we offering these as shirts, but one of the new products that I'm going to start offering are crop tees. It took me a little while to pull the trigger on the crop tee, only because I was doing my own little private research about which is the best one to go with. And I think I was just being a little bit too nitpicky about all of it. So I have finally pulled the trigger on that. So coming in this little mini summer launch, there will be a couple of crop tees that you'll be able to choose from for some of the new styles, and I think for some of the other apparel too that I offer, especially when it comes to the eras collection, such as like in my Dilly Dally era, which is a favorite at pop-up markets, and in my Anxious Girly era, which are the two that I am definitely restocking for the retail space. So, like I was saying, let's go ahead and cut this up. I got a little lazy, and my actual heat press cutting table, whatever, is just jam packed full of things that don't have anywhere to live quite yet. So instead of attempting to clean that off and find somewhere for all those items to live, I just put the heat press over here because while doing shirts, I need it to be on a higher table, so I'm not doing a whole lot of the bending. And y'all get it. I'm an old lady with an old lady back. I need to make this as ergonomically friendly as possible. So here's where the heat press is for now. We are going to get to pressing some shirts and some crop tees and hope it doesn't take all of today. Spoiler alert, I'm positive it's going to take longer than a day because, yeah, it's a shit ton of shirts. Let's go. Blech. So here is our box of shirts. We have our normal cuddlers that we have offered in shirts. Daisy and the red, and the heather purple. We upping on those. Some of the new ones, very simple. Black, a black crop tee, a gold crop tee. Oh, these feel great. A gold crop tee, and a desert pink crop tee. Very exciting, very exciting. Now, I have not used this auto heat press for apparel yet. So what we're going to do is a quick little test to ensure that the timing and the temp and the pressure and all that is still sufficient. I don't want to get too far into this box and realize that the auto heat press isn't doing things the way I would like to. Because as most of you know, I still have my manual heat press. So if needed, we'll move it right over there. But I do want to do a couple on this auto heat press to see if it works. To be honest, we can make this quicker and dual heat press it up. But it's so hot today. It's like 96 degrees today, and I just don't want to be. It's already going to be boiling in this studio. I don't want to be in this studio with two heat presses going. I feel like that's a terrible idea. I feel like that's a terrible idea, and it will just make me melt. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We'll save that for another day when it's not quite so boiling outside. So we're gonna try this auto heat press, see how well it does on apparel. Let's get to rocking.
It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it. I wish I knew.
So, 300 at 10 degrees, 300 at 10 seconds, and it is a a cold peel actually. We're gonna let this cool down a little bit and we'll see how well this peel is. For some reason, I don't know why, I already feel like the temperature needs to be ratcheted up and a little bit at a time. It's just not giving off the same heat as my manual heat press. So I feel like some changes are gonna have to be made here. So let's let's see how this does once I peel it. Okay, so I was incorrect. It absolutely did what it needed to do at 300 degrees and 10 seconds. There was a teeny bit of a stickiness, just a little bit of a pull. So I might add on 2 to 5 seconds, maybe bump it up to 15, maybe. But yeah, it did. So for this, they also recommend that you do another quick press just to lock it all in. So we will do that. And then we're going to call it. We're going to call it. It's good to go. So we're going to knock out the rest of these dilly dally shirts, I think. Yep, yep, yep. So that is 5 in my dilly dally shirts done in a little less than 11 minutes. Wow, that's great. So I like it. I like it. One thing that I like besides, the timing of it, I enjoy that and the fact that I did not have to use a heat pad to help with the pressure at all. The pressure worked fine, especially for some of this thinner lettering. Normally, I have a little bit of an issue if I don't use this, but no, it's working quite fine. Flat and great, and it's really, really good. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's doing very well. So I am going to keep moving along. It of course got so stupid hot in here so quickly. So I'm gonna turn on this fan to the highest degree that it could possibly go, which means that we're done talking for the foreseeable future because you're not gonna be able to hear me. I'm gonna also ratchet up my purifier because y'all know how heat presses smell. It is now starting to aggravate my allergies. So we're going to get into production mode and I'm going to try to get through at least three. There are 6 sets of shirts I need to make. I'm going to try to get through half of them. I will say that, this is only really half of the work because I do my own neck tag labels as well. I know, but I like the branding of it. But I tend to do those in 2 separate steps because it's just a lot less error that way. but not too shabby. Not too shabby. Even with the neck labels, I feel like 5 and 11 with the neck labels, I could probably do like, yeah, 30 shirts in an hour. That's not bad. Full all the way through. That's not too shabby. And I have 5 times, no, not an hour. Maybe 2 hours? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Sell your soul. Right when you walk into the pyramid, you see these ads for all the shows they have there, like Carrot Top and Fantasy, the strict, sexiest thieves. It kind of takes you out of the Egyptian.
So we are now moving on to one of the actual new shirts. And that is going to be on this daisy colored shirt. And it's going to be the Definitely Gonna Cry First. So this is what we got going for this. Ooh, I'm gonna like this. I feel like I'm gonna be wearing this one myself quite a bit. I look great in yellow, and I definitely cry first every single time. It's my default emotion. Good morning, good morning. It's another early start in the studio today. We are trying to wrap up a pretty productive week, mainly handling all of the pre-mini summer launch stuff that I wanted to get done, and also attempting to get a lot of the new products into the retail space. So today I'm hoping that I'm wrapping up all of my last little to-do list things, because tomorrow everything goes live on in my Etsy store and on my Shopify site. What I also want to do today is ensure that all of my things are packaged up for the retail space. Very cute, because I want to drop those things off so that I could take advantage of any weekend sales. It's supposed to be a pretty decent weekend here, weather-wise, so I'm hoping that the influx of some new products and re-upping on some of my current products that pretty much do well over there, that I can take advantage of some really good sales this weekend. So, what we are going to get into now is tagging all of the shirts. I did late last night to go ahead and do the sizing branded neck tags on all of the shirts and the crop tees. So I'm going to go ahead and tag all of those with the actual like price tag and whatnot for the space. And I need to get a couple of product photos for these shirts as well. And I will walk y'all through how some of these new shirts and the crop tees look. So let's get into it. course, my little tagger thing is now trying to poke my eye out. Little needle is doing a thing. It won't stay in the machine. And I've not had this issue before, so I'm not sure how to fix it. And of course, I've only tagged 2 of the 30 some odd shirts I plan on dropping off. So I'm sitting still for a moment so that the irrational rage doesn't affect my entire morning. All right, let's regroup. Let's get this fixed. It can't be that hard. Let's get this fixed. So, guys, in my rush to get everything labeled and packaged up and into the retail space, I did not bring you along with me at all. I also didn't get any horizontal footage or horizontal videos of any of the new shirts that I'm currently offering, including the crop tees. So, I am going to drop in right now some of the product photography for the site or whatever. I'm going to drop some of those videos and photos in now so you can see some of the stuff that I'm offering. And as of the time of this video being uploaded, it should already be available. Very excited about it. As of right now, my very favorite one is "With all due disrespect, no," because my God, no. All the time, every day, every time, just no. And it's never going to be a respectful no either. Anyways, so there we have it. This was a very, very productive few days in the studio. I did not meet my original deadline for this little mini summer launch. I have missed maybe 3 deadlines for this particular launch so far this year, but it is up, it is out. I love it. I hope y'all like it too. And going forward, maybe we'll do better. You know what? Who am I kidding? We're not even going to put that ridiculous amount of pressure on myself. Going forward, we will try to do better. How about that? That sounds good. We're going to try to do better. As I mentioned in my last video, I am still trying to meet some of these 2025 goals. And in order to do so, I have to do the work. So we are going to try our very, very best. And hopefully y'all will stick around to watch me in that attempt. Well, guys, as always, thanks for rocking with me. I'll see you around the internet somewhere.